If you're in your 30s feeling behind in life, maybe you're feeling lost, stuck, or confused, wondering why things haven't worked out the way you thought they would, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Anamika, and I know exactly how that feels because that's how I felt throughout my 30s too. Growing up, just like most people, I thought my life would follow the expected timeline of having the career, the marriage, the kids, and the house all by the age of 30. But when 30 came around, I had none of those things. I had been changing jobs every few years, trying to figure out what felt right for me. I was very much single and spent a lot of time wondering what was wrong with me and why nothing seemed to be working out. After turning 30, while I was feeling the pressure to meet all these expectations, there was also this little voice inside of me saying, maybe your path is meant to look a little different. So I began listening to that voice that was getting louder and louder, saying maybe you just need to get out of your comfort zone, do something different, and eventually things will work out. So in my early 30s, I decided to spend some time living and working overseas. And that experience really changed me. It helped me become more independent, meet people from different backgrounds, and gain perspectives that I know I wouldn't have otherwise. When I returned home, I remember on one hand feeling like I was back at square one, but at the same time, I was starting to question things like everything we'd been taught and told growing up about success, timelines, and what life is supposed to look like by a certain age. I also noticed that some people had checked off these boxes but still didn't seem that happy or fulfilled. Naturally, I started asking deeper questions like, where do these expectations even come from, and why are we expected to follow the same timeline when we're all so different? Our paths are different, we go through different things, different situations and challenges and circumstances. So why is it that we're all expected to be the same and have the same life? So during this time, I started noticing a lot of synchronicities, angel numbers, and feeling a lot more connected to my intuition, which then led me to getting into self-development, mindset work, and I came across the law of attraction, manifestation, and spirituality. And the more inner work I did, I realized that a lot of these beliefs that we've had growing up come from a place of fear and limitation. We were taught that there's only one version of success, one right timeline, and one acceptable path to follow. But the truth is, we're individual souls with different paths, different lessons that we need to learn and grow from, and we each have our own life's journey. We're not all here to be the same, do the same things, and live the exact same life. While those traditional timelines made more sense back in the day for previous generations, since life was more about survival, with the world that we're living in today, I feel we have more freedom and opportunities to create a more meaningful, purposeful life, one where we can make our own choices, do things that feel aligned with who we are, have our unique identities, and follow our own path. So growing up, we were all taught that you have to have a normal 9 to 5 to be able to make money. But I noticed when I got back from overseas, so many people were starting their own businesses, having that laptop lifestyle, getting to work from anywhere in the world, and seeing that it was possible for all these other people, I thought to myself, well, why can't this be possible for me? And so I decided not to look for another normal 9 to 5 anymore and instead start working on my own business. In the beginning, I didn't have many clients and still needed like a proper income. So I decided to look for a job, but this time I put it out into the universe that I'll be able to find one that allows me to work remotely. A few months later, I got a job that allowed me to work 100% from home. And this was back in 2018, so before work from home became a thing. And this taught me something really important, that when I follow my intuition, not let outside fear or opinions get in the way, things can work out. Not always in the way you want them to, and most likely not right away, but they can work out. So this is when I stopped feeling like there's something wrong with me and instead started embracing the freedom that I have to create the life that I want and my own version of success. A few years later, I met my husband and moved to America. And while going through those big life changes at the same time, brought with it its own challenges, which I'll share more about in another video, it also led to a lot more growth and healing, and really led me to becoming more grounded in who I truly am. I just turned 40 this past weekend, and while I am married, I still don't have any of those other things society says you're meant to have by this age. but I do feel content. Not because my life is perfect or that I have everything that I want, but just because it feels a lot more aligned with who I am, and I feel like I'm living the life that I was always meant to. I think one thing we need to normalize is that everyone's timeline isn't going to look the same anymore, and what success is and what our worth is isn't dependent anymore on checking off all these boxes. I think success definitely still can mean having a great career, being married, having kids, and owning a home, but success can also look like inner peace, freedom, authenticity, growth, healing, and being able to create a life that truly feels like yours. So if you've been feeling behind lately, I want you to know there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to catch up with anyone's timeline. Instead, maybe this is your sign to start trusting yourself, listen to that inner voice, not let outside voices get in the way, and really start creating a life that truly feels like yours. I love that quote that says, "You're not behind, you're still becoming, so trust the process." If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.